Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to review Suicide Squad Get Joker #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff, it really helps me out, and it lets me know what you guys want to see. So with that being said, let's get straight into this thing. All right, we see the cover here. We got Suicide Squad Get Joker #1. It is a black label DC oversized book. So it's kind of like magazine size. And it is written by Brian Azzarello, and the art is by Alex Maleev. So it starts off with Jason Todd. Now, if you don't know who Jason Todd is, they did this whole introduction. This beginning third of this book is a big introduction of who Jason Todd is. But basically, I'll give you the rundown. He was the second Robin. He was the Robin after Dick Grayson, and he was in the 80s. And basically, he was kind of like a street tough kid that Batman picked up after Dick Grayson left him and became Nightwing and the Teen Titans. But people didn't really like him in the comics. And so there was an issue where they could vote whether, I guess in the issue, Joker had kidnapped him. And then they gave the audience the option of whether the Joker kills him or the Joker lets him live and Batman's able to save him. So, and I guess all the audience voted by phone call that he must die. So then this is basically him recounting that whole thing. This is like the part where he says, and I died because Joker beat me to death with a crowbar. And then if you didn't know, he came back alive like every hero does. But he was, the Red Hood was his character, where he's just kind of this like, more like the Punisher, more like a street level hero that will shoot people and kill bad guys. And because he was doing such a good job, basically he gets arrested, or such a good job, such a bad job because he's killing people, but he gets arrested by the police, they say in this, and that's why he is in prison. So basically, Amanda Waller, who is the head of the Suicide Squad government branch, she comes to Jason, knowing who he is and everything, offers him to be on the Suicide Squad because they need a leader, and the mission is to kill the Joker. And that's why she's getting him, because she's like, oh, maybe he'll want to kill the Joker because the Joker killed him. And at first he tells her, no, I don't want to be part of this. But then he thinks about it for a while and he decides, you know what, who's on the team? Let's do it. The rest of the team is Firefly, who I knew from like the Batman animated TV show. Silver Banshee, who is like an Irish metahuman who absorbs energy through sound wave. Then we get a guy that's I never heard of before. They say his name's Pebbles. He was injected with something that makes him impervious and as strong as an ox. Then we get introduced to Meow Meow, who is a necrotic who has an ability to kill cells and raw tissue locally through contact. The next one is a woman named Plastique, who obviously does explosives. Then we get Wild Dog, and he is basically just like a Punisher type. And then last but not least of the main people here that we get introduced to is the Teleporter, who's obviously a guy that teleports. Now, he's not the last person because there's someone else here, but we already know who it is. It's everyone's favorite Harley Quinn, because she's in every book. So the team's ready to go on their first mission. And this is kind of one of the things that they actually have in the new Suicide Squad movie that I thought was cool. Basically, they inject them with a explosive that will blow up when she pushes a button if they do something wrong in the mission. So it's kind of like her insurance. They can't go rogue or else she'll just blow them up. So initially they have to go meet with Toyman, who is, I guess, the liaison who knows where Joker is hiding. So he takes them to this club, and as they're deciding, what's the plan? Harley Quinn actually could just go straight into the club and is ready to kill him. And everybody in the club turns out is on Joker's side, of course. And then as Harley's, going to take him hostage, basically as she pulls him back, it's obviously not the real Joker, and he's just a guy with like stuff in his mouth and maybe laughing gas because he kept laughing and chuckling. Then it turns out, obviously it's a trick. She kills him, but then also they just go and start killing everybody that's shooting them in this place. And basically you just get a big old shootout with everybody, and it's cool because you get to see, okay, what's everybody's like specialty or power in use in this one scene. And so they escape, and I think they realize, or at least Jason realizes, okay, if they knew we were there and that was like our secret into killing the Joker, then obviously you have an informant somewhere. And he calls Waller to tell her that. And I'm going to leave it here because I don't want to spoil the ending of this issue. But this issue ends in a very like shocking way, or it's not exactly what I thought was going to happen for sure. I really enjoyed this issue. At the beginning, if you didn't really know who Jason Todd was, it kind of gave you the history. So I can't fault him on that because you got to know who he is in order for this to kind of work. But then once it started going, I liked the characters that were in the Suicide Squad, and I thought their dynamic was fun. I definitely had a fun time reading this, and it's been a hot second before one of these Black Label books was like a fun read. I read it and I was like, wow, that was cool. I want to see what happens next. I'm gonna give this one a four stars. I like the art and I like the writing. Just because it was a little slow because of the beginning is the only reason why I'm not giving it like 4.5 or whatever. But it was solid and I enjoyed it. Not everybody liked it, but I definitely did. So yeah, check that one out. Get it. Like I said, the ending is really shocking and crazy. I think this one's going to be a fun series, hopefully. And this is a little hint, but there might be a little ultra violence in this book that's pretty crazy. So with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.